Hey, so I'm doing this video just again for transparency's sake. I want that to be a big thing with our company. So I want to let everybody in on some news. Simply put, if you paid with PayPal, I don't have access to your money. And that's probably important because you're thinking, hey, I'm using you as a means to get money to the people that, you're paying to get product from. Well, I don't have access to it. I want to say this because there's always going to be those that say, hey, why did you use PayPal in the first place? Well, there was the most requested thing, even though I was skeptical on using it in the first place. Definitely for international people, folks that are around the world, they like to use PayPal for various reasons, and it makes it a lot easier for them. And some is just with the familiarity. So this and what I'm about to talk about does not apply to those of you that just used other means like your credit card directly on the site. No problem. We have access. One of my close friends asked, and you saw me respond to this on Twitter. He said, hey, what we looking like in terms of like the percentage? I would say about 30% of you guys, we have a lot of international people, about 30% of the funds in general that we got for the pre-order campaign so far have been for PayPal, or they use PayPal to get it. So I'm going to set the scene simple and plain. The reason I don't have access to it is because we came out the gate swinging. They flagged the account because they look at it like, hey, there's this new company. And even though this company has already had previous, like with PayPal, because of the other stuff we were doing, they saw the influx of a lot of money. They put it on hold. They want you to, of course, verify all of this various stuff. And we, of course, doing a pre-order, they have I'm not even going to call it stipulation because it's not actually that. They say, well, you need to provide basically, hey, this is real. This is a real thing and all of that. So what they did was they had a few different things that they needed me to provide for them. I did every last one of them. I provided them everything that they would have needed, the proof, all that stuff. I believe sent them my actual copy of the book, like a digital one. So they responded saying, through an email from their wecare@paypal.com, I believe it is. And they didn't give me anything to do. They just said, hey, we see that it may be a pre-order. And this is our policy. Go look at it. I'm like, okay, there's nothing for me to do. So I've been on the phone with them for the last about a week and some change. I kept getting escalated to a supervisor who would say, hey, we're going to get it resolved in 24 to 48 hours because the people that actually resolve the dispute, you can't get on the phone with. So they have to put in some sort of recommendation or something and all this information. And then they'll decide. But, I had not been getting contacted back. And so the last gentleman that I spoke with right before I did this video pissed me off, by the way, because he was gaslighting me, basically saying, hey, this is not generally what we do, even though they have a policy specifically around pre-orders. And we know that's a lie. Many of you guys buy video games and all sorts of things that you don't get for 2 months. And those big mega corporations get access to that money, even though you use PayPal. So that's a lie. He knew it was a lie. It's just that he just didn't know how to fix the problem. And that's what he kind of ran with. So as you can see, right here, I'm in my PayPal. That is a lot of money. This is, of course, how much that we have on hold. We have this available. This is on hold, meaning that I can get access to this right now. I can get it out there, no problem. This right here, I can't touch it. Of course, they went back to this right here. And even though I had already sent this, of course, you can see that they're saying for proof of fulfillment. That's not what they need. Even though I've already given them that information, that's not what it is that they need. This basically boils down to is they don't want to give me access to the money, and they don't want to do what they need to do to just say, hey, you're not swindling your customers. Your customers know this is a pre-order campaign. They know when the items are going to ship. It is on the website before they actually purchase. It's built into our policy as well. We've sent email updates. I'm a public figure. There's no swindling going on here. So you can look at it as a means of robbery. And really, I'm doing this video because I want to see how much power we got. If you paid via PayPal, understand that you got stolen from as it stands right now. I do not have access to your money. PayPal does. They are just sitting on it, and I don't know if what they're doing and paying for it and paying for whatever they want to pay with on their side, because it basically acts as a bank. I don't have access to that money. So I would recommend that you gripe to PayPal. What you don't do is send in a dispute. We have basic dispute stuff that we're kind of, we had those issues that we are dealing with the website initially. All those, for the most part, have been either resolved or are being resolved, with those server issues and all that. But don't put in a actual dispute, because then they put that on us. If you put in a dispute, they'll say that hey, you don't do that. Just go to PayPal, wherever you're on, your whatever devices, tell them, hey, I am not okay with the fact that you got my money that was supposed to go to someone else, and you're supposed to be my way of paying for that. However, that money I want in the hands of the person that you're buying the product from. Again, they allow mega corporations to do it. Now, if we had existed for a while, we wouldn't have this problem, but this is what happens when you go out the gate. Now, imagine if, and how discouraging this could be for those of you, let's say that you wanted to do your own thing. And it doesn't matter what industry you're in. You get the money, you purchase your product. Doesn't matter if you're a chef, you're purchasing food, you're purchasing whatever. It doesn't matter. Just imagine if I hadn't invested all that money into the product, and I needed and I depended on that money to actually, let's say, get this to you. I'd be basically stuck between a rock and a hard place, because I wouldn't have the money to actually pay for it. So let's say someone actually wanted to do a legitimate crowdfund. Independent of like Kickstarter or Indiegogo, and they want to do it on their own stuff. Well, PayPal would then, if you use PayPal as a processor, they would then hold that money, and you could not get that access to it, so you could purchase the product and have it go to your customers, royally screwing over both of you. They're not helping anybody out other than themselves. They're not helping our customers. Our customers know what the situation is. This is a pre-order campaign, and they're not helping me. The only thing some people are like, well, how much does it set you back? The only thing that it really sets back is that, there was some other stuff that I had in the works that cost money, because all this money for the most part is being reinvested. This ain't me going around splurging on Lamborghinis and stuff. So most of the money is being using that money to reinvest in other stuff that we want to do in other ventures. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. You guys have been, incredible. You've made my dreams certainly come true. But some of those stuff I might not be able to do quite yet. Not anything pertaining to the campaign. I'll be able to have enough to get all that product. Not anything pertaining to the campaign. Okay. But unfortunately, guys, I don't have access to that. So it may push some of that stuff back, because if they're not going to give me access to it until it ships, so you're talking about going late August, going into September. Well, that's a while from now. So I can't get the ball movement on other stuff. So I just wanted to do this video to let you all know what that situation was. I think you deserve to know where your money is at. And I know you purchased it with something in mind, and what the expectation is. But the person that you bought the product from, you pre-ordered the product from, does not have access to your money if you pay with PayPal. All you guys to use other processors, even like with Apple Pay, I have all that. Like, everything's fine with that. We have those deposits going in. They hit every day. We're fine with that. But if you pay with PayPal, take it up with PayPal. Do not send it. I cannot say that enough, because if you send it in dispute, they're going to look to us and probably try to put the blame on us. Don't go to your transaction logged into your PayPal and dispute that. Don't do that. Go to PayPal themselves and tell them and gripe with them. Do it on social media, do it on all that stuff, that you have an issue with the fact that basically someone brought up a good point in the tweet. They said, hey, this is basically theft. Yeah, they stole your money. I don't have it. You didn't get it. They came in as the middleman. They thought that the whole idea is that, okay, well, you use them as a processor, and then they move that money to the person you're purchasing the item, because obviously that's who you want to get it. I don't have it. You see that it's on hold. I do not have access to your money, and I've been transparent as I possibly can about that and why that is the case. They got your money. So you take that up with them. I'll do what I can. I'll try to get on the phone with someone else again for the 15th time to try to get this issue resolved. But it's looking very grim. I don't have your money. PayPal basically took off with the loot. And I just want those that pay with PayPal, so you know and understand where your money's at. So again, either way, we're not going to stop. We're going to keep rocking. Thank you guys so much for the support. Even though this is frustrating, I am not going to allow that to kill our momentum. I will still get the products to you guys. Basically, for a lot of you, definitely on the front half of that, those pre-orders, y'all are going to get the product before I ever got your money for it. So there's that. Because then I'm going to have to get back on the phone with them, and they're going to have to lift the hold and all that after I provided them. There's nothing that I need to provide. They don't need proof of fulfillment. We know how they operate. They allow pre-order. It's in their policy. They have a policy upon which that is the case, and we know, because I even talked to this idiot that I was on the phone with. I like, you can pre-order. I go to Sony right now and pre-order a game with my PayPal. We know that Sony Interactive has a PayPal account. Do they or do they not get the access to the money immediately? And he was trying to shift the post like, well, they don't necessarily need the money. I'm like, that ain't what I asked you, bro. Do they have access to it? And we know the answer is yes. So the mega corporations is fine for them, but a guy comes out the gate with a small business, well, sorry, little guy. We're not giving you access to the funds, even though the customers certainly want it in your hand. So take that up with PayPal, guys. Everybody else, you're good to go. We got those deposits. We're going to be fine. We're going to get you those products regardless. Thank you guys so much for the support. So peace.